Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out, episode 301. Yep, last weekend we hit the 300 episode milestone. The show's been on every week for 6 years next month. And so I once again want to thank all the Tech It Out listeners out there in Radio Land and Podcast Land. I want to thank my sponsors, which I'll tell you more about this hour, Radio America, my syndication partner, and all the radio stations that take the 1 hour weekend show. The same day, it's a podcast. And so last week I announced a contest to commemorate the 300 episode milestone of Tech It Out. My sponsor ASUS generously donated a sleek laptop worth $939 to start. It's the ASUS Zenbook 14 OLED. It's model number UM3402, a gorgeous touchscreen laptop with that stunning OLED display, OLED. To be eligible to win, I simply asked listeners to post the hashtag TechItOut, one word, on any social media platform, and I would look for it. After many hundreds of entries, a name was randomly chosen using the website randomresult.com, which picked number 37, and I'll tell you what name that was attached to in a moment. And speaking of social media, if you want to follow me on any of your favorite platforms, I'll spell my name in a moment, but I'm on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. It's Mark Saltzman, MarkSaltzman. So just look for me on any of those social media platforms. Mark with a C, Saltzman. I write a tech tip of the day. I link to articles that I write for USA Today, Reader's Digest, Costco Connection Magazine, AARP, and several others. All right, the winner of the ASUS Zenbook 14 OLED is Mitch Goldstone from California, from Irvine, California. Congratulations, Mitch. He is, by the way, the CEO of a company called ScanMyPhotos.com, which digitizes your old paper photographs and videos and such. So I hope he puts this laptop to good use, even though he's got probably very fancy machinery that does all that. But Mitch has been a guest on Tech It Out a couple of times over the past few years, but that doesn't make him ineligible to enter the giveaway. So once again, congrats to Mitch from Irvine, California. There will be more contests and prizes on Tech It Out, so be sure to keep listening. All right, we have a great Tech It Out plan for you today. We're going to start off chatting with tech expert Amber Mack. She's going to share some gadget ideas for summer fun, including photography, but also some practical tech ideas like a smart door lock, one of those Wi-Fi deadbolts, as well as a robotic vacuum and mop in one. After Amber, and speaking of your home, we're going to chat with Frontdoor. This is a new app that's garnering quite a bit of buzz. It's all about getting help around your home, either virtually by talking with a professional over video on how to fix your toilet or, defrosting your freezer, things like that, something that they can help you do perhaps, or by booking a vetted technician to come over to do the job for you if need be. Also on Tech It Out this hour, we're going to chat about electric scooters with a company called Äike. It's spelled A-I-K-E, and the Estonian company has 2 dots over the letter A, which I think it's called an umlaut, common in many German words. Like Motley Crue has those 2 dots over some letters. Well, we're going to learn what makes Äike e-scooters cool, and an optional subscription service that has rolled out in San Francisco with a company called Tempo, which is a new way to affordably ride one of these scooters. All these guests and topics and more on an all-new Tech It Out powered by ASUS, which I'll tell you more about shortly. But let's officially kick off this week's 301st episode. Whether you're heading out on a road trip this summer or sticking closer to home, we've got some of the hottest new tech for July and August for you right here. To share some of our top picks, we're joined by tech expert Amber Mack, a regular on this program, of course, a dear colleague of mine. And here's a little fun fact. We co-hosted a TV show together more than, 20 years ago. Hi, Amber. Happy summer. Has it been really 20 years already, I think, or more?
I think that you shouldn't say 20 years, maybe 17.
The fact that we held up a BlackBerry, I think it will reveal all. But I love running into you. We did so both professionally and personally, which is great. So why don't we start off with a way to protect our homes this summer, especially as we may be away from them more than other times of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you've probably seen the stats that summer travel is on the rise for 2023. A lot of people heading out of town. So my first pick is the Schlage Encode Plus Smart Wi-Fi Deadbolt. This works for iOS or Android users. And basically, it's a way to set your home up so that you're able to control access to whomever is going in or out. You can actually use the Schlage Home app to create up to 100 unique codes and set schedules for those codes. So really handy. And you can even use your Apple Watch or iPhone to unlock the door. So for example, for us, each of us has our own unique code in our family. So I can see when our son is coming home, or if someone was coming and staying at our house while we're away this summer, I can give them a unique code.
Yeah, I like that. So the Schlage product lets you create an e-key, like a temporary code to send to a contractor, a dog walker, a babysitter, and that code could let them into your home only a certain day of the week or certain times of that day, and then be deactivated after that. So I think that's such a smart way to handle things instead of like putting a key under the, under a rock or something. It's not safe, or under the doormat, I guess, is the cliche. So that's the Schlage Encode Plus Smart Wi-Fi Deadbolt, and it does have a keypad as well. And then Amber, we should tell listeners that for every solution that you're going to chat about for the summer today, we're not going to give pricing on the air because it can vary, and often there are seasonal sales. So instead, you can read a blog post with these exact same items at ambermac.com, and you'll see pricing there and photos as well. So that's a way to protect your home, even though we may not be at home as much this time of year. What about something to keep your home spick and span? Again, even if we're not at home.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us probably want to spend more time outside and less time cleaning this summer. That certainly includes me with 2 dogs and a kid at home. So this is the TP-Link Tapo RV30 Plus. It's a robot vacuum and mop. So very cool. You can basically clean your home more easily by scheduling the robot to vacuum at a certain time or mop at a certain time. And you can maintain those schedules on a daily basis. It even has something called an auto empty dustbin. And what that means is that you don't have to worry about emptying your robot for up to 70 days. So think about it like this, Mark. If you are hoping to, either entertain or spend more time outside of the home, the good news is you don't have to be inside doing all that vacuuming and mopping, which is no fun. I don't enjoy it.
All right. So Amber, summer, of course, is a time for travel, festivals, concerts, picnics, beaches, and as I said, maybe a summer home like a cottage or a cabin. So we're going to want to capture memories all around us. What do you have for us in this regard?
Yeah. So I think most of us are used to just taking photos on whatever smartphone we have in our pocket. That's just the reality of our habits today. So if you're looking for the best camera out there within a smartphone, you should definitely check out the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. It has a 200 megapixel camera lens. What's amazing about this is it gives you kind of that DSLR camera quality, and also has something called nightography, which is amazing because I know every summer when I go to PEI, I want to take photos, around a campfire or photos of the moon. It's really tough. This allows you to do those photos at night or those videos, and you can easily share them with friends and family using something called Quick Share.
So that's the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. I know there's a few different colors to choose from. And of course, it does have access to the Google Play Store, so you can download, 2 million or more apps and games to truly personalize your experience. And then finally, Amber, we're chatting with Amber Mac, of course, tech expert and entrepreneur extraordinaire, as I like to call her. Let's chat about something that could prevent the "Are we there yet?" from the back seat.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So my son is 14 and every summer we drive out to PEI. So I really want him to be able to have something to do in the car that doesn't require Wi-Fi. So a couple of picks here. First up, we have The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom game for Nintendo Switch, which I know you've talked about a lot. This is really the hottest game of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody is talking about this. My son was so excited when it was coming out, and now he's playing it. Absolutely loves the fact that it is such a great game where you can kind of choose your own path. And then along with that, the new Nintendo Switch, the OLED model, the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom edition, a really sleek design that's based on this game. I've seen you talk about both of these, Mark, so you know this is kind of like, the perfect package for anyone with kids who wants to make sure that they have some summer fun gaming, whether they're on the road or at home.
I love the versatility of the Nintendo Switch because you can play in the back seat, like you said, because it has this screen, or even better, this OLED screen on some of the models, including the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom edition. But then when you get to your home or your summer home or what have you, a hotel room, you can dock it and play it on your big screen TV as well. So that's, again, the Nintendo Switch OLED model, the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom edition, which has the amazing finish to it that resembles the game's artwork with these gold and green finishes. And it's got a kickstand in the back if you want to prop it up and remove those Joy-Con controllers and play on the unit. And then the game itself, the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. All right, Amber Mack, great to chat with you as always. So ambermack.com, and do you tap or click on the blogs tab at the top to read this article?
Yeah, you got it. So everything is listed there in terms of all of the links to everything I talked about today. So some hot new summer tech, lots of cool different categories, and everything you need to have a summer of a lifetime. I think, Mark, people are super excited to have a normal summer this year.
Amen to that. And tech may play a role in keeping you entertained and productive and safe as well. Always great to chat with you, Amber. Hope to run into you again sooner than later. All the best.
All right, we'll see you soon, Mark.
Hey, when we return on Tech It Out, we open the door to Frontdoor. We'll be learning all about this new app that's getting hundreds of thousands of downloads, even though it just launched. Stick with us. We'll tell you all about it when we return.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. This show is powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, and that includes its line of award-winning laptops and desktops, accessories like monitors, mice, and keyboards. There's mobile tech like smartphones and tablets, smartwatches, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. Homeowners always have things that need to be done around the home. Always. It doesn't end, right? Whether we're capable of doing it ourselves, or sometimes we need a bit of help, like perhaps consulting with an expert, or if need be, hiring someone, like a skilled tradesperson, to come over and do the job. Well, we're now going to learn about a new home repair app garnering quite a bit of buzz called Frontdoor. We've got with us Ryan Buckley-Goodwin. She's Principal Product Manager at Frontdoor. Thanks for your time, Ryan. Good to chat with you.
Thanks for having me, Mark. Super happy to be here today.
Awesome. Now, before we talk about Frontdoor, what is the old way, let's call it, of getting help in your home? I might have hinted about this off the top. And what's wrong with the old way of doing things?
Yeah, happy to get into that. Well, we all know as homeowners that things inevitably pop up, right? And it's usually right when you least want them to, middle of a snowstorm, your furnace breaks, so you're going to have a dinner party and your fridge stops cooling. All of these little things tend to happen. And when they do happen, you have to either go to review sites and look at a bunch of reviews to see who you'd be comfortable coming out to hopefully solve this problem for you and have in your home, which is super personal, obviously. Or maybe you're lucky enough to have a neighbor or family member who's trusted and has a pro or expert they can recommend to come out. Either way, this takes a lot of research from consumers. And, there's a lot of skepticism around everything from trustworthiness of having someone in your home to the prices that they charge you. So that's what was happening before Frontdoor. And we are super convicted that there's a new way to do it, which is what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, so without further ado, let's hear about Frontdoor. Is it an app or a website or both?
So it is an app. We lead with the app. We, of course, have a website that has more information you can always go to and get, but the app is the true Frontdoor experience.
Okay, so that's your front door to Frontdoor. And talk to us how it works exactly.
Yeah, so our Frontdoor app is an entirely new approach to home repair and maintenance. We launched on April 11th of this year, and actually so far have seen over 600,000 downloads. So we know this idea is resonating with our customers. And the whole idea behind the app is it connects homeowners with Frontdoor experts who are standing by to answer video calls. This is the really big new thing in this industry, is they can answer a video call from you, look at issues that you have in your home, hopefully help you diagnose and solve them over the video call. But if not, we then provide you a list of experts that we have vetted as a company that you can trust to come into your home and solve those problems for you.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, it sounds like Frontdoor addresses your common homeowner issues in a twofold fashion. One is to have a video chat with a skilled person online who may be able to guide you. So unlike a YouTube video where you're kind of left to your own devices, they can walk you through and give you personalized advice. And then the second part is if you really do need a skilled tradesman to come to your home, they can help facilitate that.
That's absolutely right. And so one way to think about this is we actually have 3 different membership plans that encompass all of this. And so the first piece that you mentioned, which is video chat, basically exclusively, that goes across all 3 membership options. But we also, for the basic and prime membership, our first 2 membership tiers, we provide you that video chat where you can hopefully solve your issue just right there live with your expert. But we can also provide you with a vetted list of pros. The third membership, which is our really premium membership, is you can actually go through and you have the whole video chat experience, but you can also do service and maintenance requests. So say you know this is something you can't solve yourself and you need someone to come out to your home. Everything happens in-app. So you can go through, you can create a service request, say your stove's not working, you don't want to mess with gas, all of that kind of stuff. You can go through and create that service or maintenance request right in app. We then handle everything with the scheduling and the pro coming out to your home. These are people that are vetted by Frontdoor. So that's that third option that we talked about. So the first 2 are video chats and vetted pro lists. The third is the video chat, the list, but also the whole experience in app of scheduling someone to come out to your home.
So it sounds like Frontdoor is also unique in that it is let's call it an all you can eat or a buffet style approach. It's a subscription service or membership opposed to an a la carte model where you just may hire someone here and there, like I think like Homestars or Jiffy, which are apps that our listeners may be familiar with. Is that fair?
It is fair. I would actually say that we do it all though. So the all you can eat, buffet style, that would be premium.
Okay, so it's both. I got it.
Yeah. And then the a la carte would be the prime and basic where it's, hey, I want to call and double check this quote I got, or, hey, I have this quick issue with my HVAC that I think I can handle myself. Can you talk me through it?
For the kinds of services that you help homeowners with, does it vary greatly? I mean, is it everything from painting to appliance repair, or is there like a specialty?
Yeah, we see it all. As you can imagine, when you offer customers video chats with experts, they will call in about everything. We specialize in plumbing, electrical, heating, and air conditioning. So HVAC, that's a really big one for us.
Sure.
Appliances, we then have, our handy person category. So everything you would consider that's usually under a handyman, drywall, painting, anything that comes up in your home, they can answer to. The interesting one that we had a customer call in about is looking at the price that they got from a pro that they had found before we launched, and they were really skeptical about the quote that they got. And so they wanted to call in knowing that we were fully unbiased in this and say, hey, it's going to cost this much for a repair. Do you think that's fair? And so all of that price validation side of things is really exciting for us to explore as well.
A lot more with Frontdoor when we return on Tech It Out. Don't touch that dial.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out. We're chatting with Ryan Buckley-Goodwin. She's Principal Product Manager at Frontdoor. This is a very popular yet new app that helps homeowners get help to do things around the home, whether it's video walkthroughs in real time with a skilled professional or you're hiring a tradesperson to come over to your home. And would it be fair to say, I guess with video chats, it can be done anywhere in any state, but are you available in only certain states for the in-home portion of the service?
Yeah, so Frontdoor Premium, which offers that home repair and maintenance service, service is available in about half of our markets in the US currently. We obviously have plans to rapidly extend that coverage as we ramp up here. Prime and basic membership. So those are the ones where you have the video calls and then you are provided list of experts in your area. That is available nationwide.
All right, Ryan, since this is radio or an audio podcast, maybe you can walk us through verbally what the experience would be like once you download the app. I'm assuming you set up an account, add a credit card, kind of like, downloading Uber for the first time. What's it like from start to finish?
Awesome. Yep. So the consumer would go to the App Store, they would download the Frontdoor app, they would go through the normal sign-up process, just like they're used to with all your other apps. They will then enter into our dashboard. And the very first thing that they'll see is the call to chat with an expert. And so at any point, a customer can chat with an expert. They would just click that. They would answer a couple questions, everything from what are you trying to fix? So is this about plumbing, electrical, HVAC, handyman, et cetera? And then you'd go through and you'd answer a question about, what is the symptom that you're having? And then any other information around the serial number, around the brand, anything like that you can provide helps our experts. You then enter into the queue, you're matched with an expert that is skilled in that trade, and then you start that video call. And it's very similar to how we're all used to FaceTime and Zoom these days. It looks like a very normal video call to the customer. The really unique thing about the Frontdoor video call, though, is that our experts have a lot of tools they can use in the video. So they have a highlighter that shows up on your screen. So say you're looking at a fridge and they really need to zoom in on a certain back panel area. They can highlight on your phone screen where to zoom in so you know what they need to look at. We have OCR, so they can look at different barcodes and extract serial numbers from it and use that.
Yeah, just to clarify to our listeners, that's an acronym for optical character recognition, where a camera can look at text and then import that text as data, as numbers, for example, or words. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, thank you for that. OCR is super important to us because, it's hard when you're dealing with these long serial numbers and these complex issues in your home to make sure that you're getting the right data to the experts to really help. And so any way we can use technology to make things smarter and faster and easier for our customer is a win. So that's just one example of it. From there, within this video, the expert on their end is taking notes. They're taking screenshots of it. They are bookmarking different pieces of the video so they can create a file for this on the back end and say that, afterwards, if this fridge was fixed, at least you'll know going forward in your app, you'll have this file of your fridge repair and you can look at that video and see exactly what you did to fix it in case it happens again in the future. Or if we're not able to solve it on the call, we have share technology. So all of that great content that was created on that video, you can now email straight to the contractor who needs to come into your home to fix it. So they can come prepared with, the right tools, the right parts, all of that, and know what they're coming into to, again, make things just quicker and easier.
Yeah, sounds really smart. And then I understand, again, there are different tiers of service here, but could you give us a rough idea how much it would cost to start?
Definitely. So again, we have 3 membership options. We will start with Frontdoor Basic, which is free. There is no reason not to try it out. You get a video call with an expert. You can ask them anything you want about your home. And then, of course, you'll get that list of vetted pros afterwards if you need them. We then have the next level up, which is our Prime membership. This increases the amount of video chats you get to 3. You also get access to exclusive discounts with big name home partners. And that's an annual membership of $99. And then at the top of the tier, we have Premium, which I've spoken about, which actually, good timing. We have a limited time deal until July 25th, since we just launched, which is $29 per month for your initial 12-month term. After this promo, the price will go up and we're going to start about $35 per month, depending on market. But with Premium, you have the 3 video chats, you get your list of vetted pros, you have coverage for all your different appliance needs in your home, HVAC coverage, and then, of course, we have our flat service fees for repairs in home.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. So let's say there's something wrong with your furnace, your air conditioner, and a technician has to come over. That could be, $150 an hour kind of thing normally. So that's on top of the service plan?
So that would be, you have your monthly rate that you're paying to be a premium member, which is that $29 per month is part of our promo right now. And then going forward, if you have something that needs to be fixed in-house, you have just a flat service fee of $100. And then if we can't fix it, there's a $500 payout straight to the user. That increases to $1,000 for any HVAC issues.
Wow. And for more info, you said there is a website, even though you recommend people downloading the app. But what would be the website to learn more?
Yep. So it's iPhone and Android, of course, for the app. And then the website is frontdoor.com. You can learn everything you need to about our membership and our programs there.
All right. Frontdoor.com. And then for that promo until late July, there's nothing they need to type in. It's just going to be activated at the lower fee?
Yep, exactly.
Awesome. Ryan, thank you so much for your time. Really great chatting with you, and congrats on the huge success already for Frontdoor. Very exciting. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us, Mark.
My son, Ethan, loves riding electric scooters, but we haven't yet tried one from a company that's getting quite a bit of buzz online called Äike, A-I-K-E. After this short break, we're going to learn all about Äike's e-scooters and a subscription model that they're offering to those in San Francisco to start, but to roll out quickly across the U.S. with a company called Tempo. So we're going to get to all that. This show, Tech It Out, is brought to you in part by Visa. We do cover cybersecurity a lot on this program and how you can best protect yourself in the digital age, even if you're not super tech savvy. One part of the solution is securely shopping online and at retail. And so I am thrilled about my partnership with Visa, as they've made some significant investments in fraud prevention over the past 5 years, as much as $10 billion. That's billion with a B, to support Visa's brand promise to protect the financial information of both individuals and businesses. Zero liability means peace of mind when you shop using your Visa card. There can be no half measures when it comes to cybersecurity. This is why the company takes an aggressive and multi-layered approach to combating the rising threat of malicious software and other threats by, frankly, well-funded and global criminal enterprises. You could read about that multi-layered approach and how Visa is securing the world's payments at visa.com/security. That's visa.com/security. Again, when we return, we reach across the pond all the way to Estonia, where we learn about Äike scooters. So stick with us. More Tech It Out coming right up after this short break.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Electric scooters, or e-scooters for short, offer many benefits as a mode of transportation. Not only are they fun, but they're eco-friendly, they're relatively affordable, and when you're not riding one, they can fit in a small space too, like a condo hallway or a front closet. And so we're now going to learn about Äike scooters and its partnership in the US with Tempo and that subscription service there to help get scooters into the hands of more people. We're joined on the line by Christian Maruste, CEO at Äike, on the line with us all the way from Estonia. Thanks for your time, Christian. Good to chat with you.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Happy to be here.
Before we talk scooters, Christian, tell us how cool Estonia is. For those who haven't been there before, maybe even haven't heard of the country, I was in Tallinn a couple years ago. I had a great time.
Well, thank you. Estonia is really a little bit of a magical place when it comes to startups. I think we have 10 or 11 unicorns now for a population of 1.3 million. And I think that makes us world champion, unicorn count per capita. All of them are still in the software side. So it all started when Skype was founded, and Skype was really actually built in Estonia. And when that was sold to eBay, then everybody in Estonia just understood that everything is possible. And from there, it has really spanned out and created a lot of the startup ecosystem. But now lately, we've also gotten a lot of cool companies in the mobility sector. Maybe one I would bring out is Starship, small delivery robots in US campuses, and that's also all built in Estonia, for example.
Oh, wow. And then, of course, there's Äike, your company. Congrats, by the way, on the EY Entrepreneur of the Year in Estonia award. And I understand that you are also a finalist for EY's World Entrepreneur of the Year award. Amazing. Is this for your work with the company?
Yeah, it's for sure. So it's probably for the work we have all done for the past 9 to 10 years. So yes, the award is individual, but I think it really represents to what everybody has been doing. And it was a great honor, and it was a great event in Monaco. Managed to meet some cool people, ex-Tesla, a guy who builds now a battery factory in Europe. And I also met Toto Wolff, team principal of Formula One, Mercedes. So It was very, very great. So thank you for the mention.
Yeah, of course. So without further ado, what makes Äike scooters unique? And then we'll chat about your partnership with Tempo in the US.
Yeah, I think there's two things. One of them is that it's still the only scooter produced outside of China, like full stop. Like any other scooter you buy in the world is built in China. And it's not per se a bad thing, but it's just that we have a different approach. We're really trying to build a premium vehicle, high quality vehicle. And I think the second thing that really steps us apart from everybody else in this industry is that Äike T is the first scooter in the world that is chargeable with a USB-C laptop charger. So you don't need a special charger for it. You just use your laptop charger, your MacBook charger, and you get it filled up. So we try to bring really this consumer electronics approach to it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So just like you would plug in your phone before you go to sleep, same can be said for your scooters.
Exactly. And maybe the third thing is that we have full IoT, so Internet of Things inside the scooter. So it means that it's always connected. It gets automatic software updates. You can do troubleshooting over that. And of course, you can also see where the scooter is. So basically, it's an unstealable product. You can leave it on the street. You can't ride it. You can't turn it on. And even if you just, slam it in the back of your trunk and you take it somewhere, it will never turn on because it only turns on from the user's mobile phone. So it's kind of an immobilizer moment there. And I think this technology is there for already many years. And I would really like to see this evolve into much more of these light electric vehicles, because I think one of the biggest problems we face there is actually theft. But if you make the after-sale value zero, if nobody can turn it on after it's stolen, then it will also have a very positive impact on the theft of these vehicles.
For those listening, it's spelled AIKE, but there's the 2 dots over the letter A, which is common in many German words. That's umlaut. How do you pronounce that character?
Yeah, you see, we picked a Scandinavian name, a difficult name to people to pronounce, and you always get to talk about it. And Äike means lightning in Estonian. So that's the idea that you are lightning fast, or the lightning is powering your way forward.
That's awesome.
We're doing the IKEA thing there, putting strange names on products that people will then talk about.
Love it. And what's Tempo exactly? This is a service that lets people subscribe to scooters as a service. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so Tempo is our partner in the US. Currently, they're active only in the Bay Area, so you can also subscribe to Äike Scooter in the Bay Area, and we're kind of their exclusive launch partner. But I would say that Tempo is a digital distributor. So if you're used to going to a dealership and buying some the dealership, then they do kind of all of that, but in a digital way. They're there to give you the vehicle, they bring it to you, they are there for your first-hand customer support. You can also buy scooters through them, but the main thing will be that they also empower the subscription model. So instead of paying out the vehicle in one installment, you just pay a monthly fee and you will have the vehicle. And whenever something happens with it, they will take care of that. And if you want to finish or end your subscription, you can also do that and give back the vehicle. So you as a user, you will never own it. You will subscribe to it, but you also don't have to worry about, maintenance or it getting stolen. There's also insurance coverage. So it really makes the use of it so much more, I think, convenient and also comfortable. And this is a business model we're all so used to when we talk about, software, entertainment, and etc. And we do that because everything is bundled together and it's very easy to use. And I'm really happy that it's now also coming more and more to the physical world.
More with Äike. When we return after this short break, we're going to talk more about the subscription service part of this. It's optional, but a way to affordably ride an electric scooter. In fact, you'll hear how affordable it is, especially compared to a car. So we're going to get to all of that after this short break. You are listening to Tech It Out, episode 301 on the Radio America Network. Stick with us. We'll be right back with more. Don't go anywhere.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We're chatting with Christian Maruste. He's CEO at Äike. This is a company out of Estonia that manufactures e-scooters, electric scooters, and they've got a partnership in the US now with Tempo, a digital service whereby you can purchase a scooter or subscribe to one, if you will, as a service. We're hearing about all the benefits to that. So I know you said there's an option to buy a vehicle, but otherwise it's like a SaaS model, but instead of software as a service, it's scooters as a service, I guess.
It is still SaaS. It's scooters as a service, exactly. But I think actually in this business, in this industry, it is actually even more important maybe than it is in software. Because in software, yes, through a SaaS model, you also get kind of updates, for the software that kind of keeps you up to date. But what you rarely have in software is that your software needs maintenance. New parts, or that your software doesn't work anymore for some reason. And this is what happens in the physical world. And this is one of the, I think, main barriers that keeps people maybe from, buying a vehicle like that. They're like, hey, if it breaks down, what do I do? What do I do? Where do I go? And this is really what the subscription takes away. You will always have, one point of contact. You will always get all of your troubles taken care of.
And just to be clear, when you say this is a digital service or storefront, they come to you, you said, with this scooter. Is that right? Because I know that in many cities, you can rent scooters on the street and in some cases just leave it wherever you want because it's going to be, through GPS or what have you. The company or the service knows where that scooter is. I know when we were in Aruba for vacation with my 3 kids, they rented scooters to get around town and they just left it like on the grass kind of thing when they were done or on the sidewalk propped up.
So this is called scooter sharing, and that's where you use scooters on the street and you leave them there, and the ownership is at the company level. So everybody rides the same scooters. In subscription case, it's a little bit similar that you get a scooter, you don't own it, but you really own it. It's yours while you're using it. Nobody else will use it. And yes, you have 2 options, whether you pick it up from a pickup point like train stations, or you really order it to your home, and then these people just come to you and give you the scooter and show you how to use the app, how to use the scooter. And whenever you're in trouble, you just flag it and people will come to you and bring you a new scooter and take the old broken one back. So you never have a moment where you have to wait because your vehicle is in maintenance. I think that is also extremely important. That is why you really want to push people to have this belief that this is your, first mode of transport. And if it's your first mode of transport, it doesn't work if you don't have it for a few weeks or maybe even a few months. So you will always have a working vehicle with you. So that's, I think, very important.
You said earlier, Christian, it's only available in the Bay Area at this point. Is that the case? And if so, what are your expansion plans beyond that?
So yes, currently it's in Bay Area. I wouldn't say that we're in a pilot anymore because we're already shipping a large number of scooters and everything is live. It depends a little bit more on Tempo's side. When are they ready to expand? But the goal is really to expand to most of the US already in 2023. So if you're somebody who's interested in, you can just, go to the website and say, hey, I'm not from Bay Area, but, kind of put yourself in the waiting list and then we can let you know when we're there.
Okay, because this show is national, what if somebody's listening that hasn't purchased a scooter yet or they want an upgrade from their existing one? Can they not buy an Äike scooter and have it shipped to their door, or does it have to be done through Tempo?
This can be already done. So if you go to rideäike.com, then yes, you can also purchase the scooter already to yourself to wherever you live in the United States.
Okay, just want to be clear because even though this show is heard in the San Francisco area, and of course as a podcast, people are all over, but for those who do live outside of the Bay Area, they can't purchase an Äike scooter. So with that in mind, how much do they start at in US dollars? I know there's probably different models. And what is the best website again?
It's rideäike.com. So it's rideAIKE.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to purchase one to yourself, they start at $14.99. And if you want to subscribe one on a monthly basis, then that starts at $79.
$79 a month. That's it. Wow. For an e-scooter. Yeah, that's really cool. And what kind of range do you get on them?
So you get 40 kilometers, and I think that's roughly 26, 27 miles, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry for being
No, that's great. And that's accurate. Great stuff. So rideäike.com, rideaike.com. Christian, it's been great chatting with you. Congratulations on your successes with Äike to date, your Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year awards, and your partnership with Tempo. Great to chat with you.
Thank you, everybody, and happy scooting.
Happy scooting. Hey, thank you for tuning in to Tech It Out, and a huge thank you to ASUS, the title sponsor on this program, and for them generously donating that laptop to the winner, Mitch Goldstone, for entering and winning the contest last weekend to celebrate the 300th episode of Tech It Out. Speaking of computers, don't forget to properly back up your important info. It's not just about the cloud, but offline storage like SanDisk, SD cards, USB thumb drives, solid state memory, or Western Digital external hard drives, which can hold a ton of files, and you can put it away for safekeeping just in case something happens. westerndigital.com has more. Enjoy your last couple of days of June, everyone. Looking forward to catching up with you next weekend for a fresh new episode of Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.